Hey, good morning, students. Now, today we are going to study the next kind of integral, or how to solve an integral around a semicircle of next kind, right? So, let us consider an integral of type from minus infinity to plus infinity cos of mx or sin of mx divided by x square plus a square into dx. How to solve this kind of integrals around the semicircle, or integral from minus infinity to plus infinity sin of mx divided by x square plus a square into dx. Now if you observe these two terms carefully, sin and cos, then you can easily write this kind of integrals in the exponential form. As we know, e raised to I theta is equals to cos theta plus I times sin theta, right? This is well known formula, and therefore for cos of mx divided by, I'll write here, so integral minus infinity to plus infinity cos mx divided by x square plus a square dx, and this kind of integral is called as a real part. Cos is a real part of this e raised to I theta, so I can say this is a real part of integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Instead of writing now cos of mx, I can write e raised to I theta. What is the value of theta? Theta is mx divided by x square plus a square into dx, right? What it means, or for sin theta, let me write for the sin theta also, for integral minus infinity plus infinity sin mx divided by x square plus a square dx. What is this? This is imaginary part of integral minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I times mx divided by x square plus a square dx. Got it? So if you are having an integral in terms of sin of mx or cos of mx, both, then simply you should go ahead and solve this integral, right? Then compare the terms of real part and complex part. If you are comparing with the real parts, you will get the answer of this. If you are comparing with the imaginary part, you will get the answer of this. Now, to how to solve this kind of problems, we are going to take the problem for this. So this is our problem. Let's consider this is a problem, right? So in order to solve this kind of problem, integral minus infinity to plus infinity cos of mx divided by x square plus a square, just solve this. So what is this? This is nothing but our integral from minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx now. And how to solve this fx dx? This is equals to integral from integral over the contour c. I will rewrite this, f of z dz minus integral over the gamma function into f of z dz, right? And the integral over the contour c f of z dz, I will write now here, integral over the contour c f of z dz is equals to integral over the contour c e raised to I m z, replace x by z divided by z square plus a square into dz. Now this other integral over the gamma function is solved by Jordan-Lima, that will solve later on. First solve this. And how to solve this integral over the contour c, find out the residues, and then the solution of this is equals to 2 pi I into summation of residues. So let me write here, this is equals to 2 pi I into summation of residues of the function f of z at z is equals to a, right? Let me give this as equation number 1. Got it? Now let's find out the residue of this function. Now before finding out the residue of this function, this above function, let me write f of z has pole. How much is pole? Pole is calculated by equating the denominator to the 0. So it has a pole at z square is equals to minus a square, right? That means z is equals to plus minus ai. So has a pole at z is equals to plus minus ai, and it is a simple pole being its exponent is equals to 1. But out of these two poles, z equals to plus ai lies inside the contour. Z is equals to minus ai does not lies inside the contour. Why? Because we are solving the problem based on semicircle. So plus ai is in the upper half, minus ai is in the lower half. So minus ai does not lies in the inside the contour. So let's calculate the residue for this singular point only. Z is equals to plus ai, and therefore we will get the residue of the function. Residue of the function f of z at z is equals to, what is your point? Our point is ai is equals to 1 upon n minus 1. N is equals to 1, so 1 upon 0 factorial into limit z tends to a is ai, into bracket n minus 1th derivative, that means 0 derivative. I did not write the derivative. 0 derivative of the function z minus ai raised to power n into f of z. F of z is e raised to I m z divided by, now z square plus a square I can write as z minus ai and z plus ai are its factors. So z minus ai gets cancelled to each other, and you will only left with e raised to I m z divided by z plus ai. Put the limit into it, z is equals to ai, and you will get this is equals to, let me put the limit directly. So e raised to I m z, that means e raised to I m into ai. So I and I will be I square is minus, so e raised to minus time m a, isn't it? Divided by ai plus ai, that means 2ai. This is your residue, right? Now put this residue into this equation number 1, that will give you the solution of this f of z over the contour c dz is equals to 2 pi I into summation of residue. There is a single residue only, so e raised to minus time m a divided by 2ai. Now this I and this 2 gets cancelled with this, and you will be left only with pi e raised to minus time m a divided by a, right? This is the solution of the first integral. Now let us solve the second, and the second integral is solved by using the Jordan lemma. And to solve this, I don't have a space here, so let me form this. I will only keep this solution of the first integral. Now for the second, integral over the gamma f of z dz, and its solution is equals to limit z tends to a, z tends to infinity, z into f of z. So f of z is e raised to I m z divided by z square plus a square. If this is equals to 0, that means this gamma function is equals to 0. So limit z tends to infinity. I can take out z square common, and if the z square is taken out common, you will get z by z square e raised to I m z divided by, if z square is taken out common, you will be left with in the bracket 1 plus a square by z square. right? This z gets cancelled with this z and you will be left with 1 by z. And if you put the value of z is equals to infinity, you will get 1 upon infinity is a 0, and 0 multiplied by anything is a 0. But you can test, the next part will give you some value that does not matter. E raised to infinity. So e raised to infinity is infinity. Infinity is any finite number, but multiplied to the infinity by 0 will give you 0. 1 plus a square by infinity, that means 1 plus 0, that is 1. So infinity upon 1, this total factor is infinity into 0 is a 0 only. So thus you got the second integral value equals to 0. So let us indicate this equation as equation number 2 and equation number 3. Now put the values of this equation number 2 and 3 into equation number 1. Equation number 1 is for the integral. Put it into above equation, which will give you the solution of this integral minus infinity to plus infinity. F of x dx is nothing but e raised to I mx upon x square plus a square, and it's a real part of this, that means cos of mx divided by x square plus a square dx is equals to how much? This is pi e raised to minus tan ma divided by a. It has no I part. So you can compare this with this cos of theta. So therefore the value of this integral is equals to pi e raised to minus tan ma upon a. So hope you have understood this problem. Let us solve one more problem based on this, and then I will give you some homework problems to you. Now next kind of a problem is integral from minus infinity to plus infinity cos of mx or sin of mx divided by x square plus a square into x square plus b square dx, or integral from minus infinity to plus infinity sin of mx divided by x square plus a square into x square plus b square into dx. This kind of problem. Now last time we have considered the cos of mx upon x square plus a square dx, that is a real part of the complex, a real part of the e raised to I mx divided by x square plus a square dx. Now let us consider this, or solve both, right? But solving both will be very longer. So let us consider only this. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity sin of mx divided by x square plus a square into x square plus b square, right? So what is this? This is nothing but integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, or I can say this is an imaginary part of, I will write in short, imaginary part of integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I m x divided by x square plus a square into x square plus b square into dx. Got it? Now let us solve this problem. So this integral or imaginary part of minus time infinity to plus infinity e raised to mx dx is our f of x. So integral from minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx is equal to integral over the contour c f of z dz minus integral over the gamma function f of z dz. We can solve by using this. So let us say this is equation number 1, and now your contour integral f of z dz is equals to how much? This integral, right? So imaginary part, so integral over the contour c e raised to I m z divided by z square plus a square and second z square plus b square, second bracket, into dz, right? And this can be solved by using Cauchy residue theorem, that is 2 pi I into summation of residues of the function f of z at z is equals to what are the singular points? Singular point is plus ai and plus bi, right? This one. So I can say this function f of z has poles at z is equal to plus minus ai of order 1, plus minus ai and plus minus bi, this second bracket, right? But out of these 4 poles, 4 singular points, plus ai minus ai, plus bi minus bi, only positive, that means plus ai and plus bi, lies inside the contour. Other two, minus bi and minus ai, lies outside the contour. So you need not to calculate the residues for those singular points. Just calculate the residues for plus ai and plus bi. So let's calculate the residue of the function. So residue of the function f of z at z is equal to plus ai. We have just now calculated the residue for earlier case, but this case the residue will be different because our function is different. So this is equals to 1 upon n minus 1, that is 1 upon 0 factorial, n has a value 1, into limit z tends to a, z tends to plus ai, into n minus 1th derivative, that means 0th derivative of z minus ai raised to power n into f of z. Your f of z is e raised to I m z divided by z minus ai into z plus ai, right? Into the factors of x square plus a square also I can write as z minus bi and z plus bi, right? And if we put the value of z is equals to ai into it, now this gets cancelled to each other, and put the value of z is equals to ai, so you will get e raised to, let me write here, e raised to I m into ai, so I square minus 10 ma divided by ai plus ai, 2ai, let me write in a short, and for z minus bi you will get ai minus bi and ai plus bi. So I can take out I common from this, you will get a minus b, and here also you can take out I common, so I into I you will get I square, and a minus b and a plus b you will get here, right? So let me write here. I won't be able to write there. I don't have a space. So here you will get e raised to minus time ma divided by 2ai into ai minus bi. Let me take out I common. That means a minus b, and for the second bracket ai plus bi, I will take one more I common. You will get I square and a plus b. So I square is minus. So I may write that minus sign. Minus time e raised to minus time ma divided by 2ai, and this a minus b, a plus b I can write as a square minus b square, right? This is equals to, for more simplicity, multiply by I to the numerator and divide by I to the multiply and divide by I, so that at the denominator you are having this I and this I, which results you I square. I square is equals to minus. This will give you this sign as a positive, and your final residue will be I times e raised to minus time ma divided by 2a into a square minus b square. So this is your residue of the function, right? First residue, of course. Similarly, calculate the second residue. So residue of the function f of z at z is equals to plus bi, and this is equals to, again having n is equals to 1, so 1 upon 0 factorial limit z tends to a. Now here your point is bi into z minus a, that means z minus bi raised to power 1 into f of z, I m z divided by z minus bi into z plus bi into z minus ai and z plus ai. Got it? Now this z minus bi cancels with each other, and you will get this is equals to limit, or put the limit directly and I will write a raised to I m into bi. So a raised to minus time mb, e raised to minus time mb divided by bi plus bi, that is 2bi into bracket you will get bi minus ai. Bi minus ai, I can take out I common and you will be left with b minus a, right? Now this taken out I common, and from the second bracket also I will take out I common. That will give you I square and z plus ai, that means bi plus ai. I already taken out common, so b plus a. Either you can note a plus b or b plus a, that is okay. So similarly, here you will get I square as a minus 1, and so minus time e raised to minus time mb divided by 2bi, and here you can write a minus b, a plus b, so a square minus b square. Here you will write b square minus a square. Simplify more by multiplying I to the numerator and denominator. That will give you this sign positive. Here I and this I square is a negative, negative will be positive, and you will be left with I e raised to minus time mb divided by 2b into b square minus a square, right? So this is a second residue. This is the first residue, and this is second residue. Now if the residues are calculated, now solve this gamma function, right? This gamma function, and then put these residues into the above formula. So let us do put first these two residues into this formula, and then you can calculate the value of this gamma function, which will be 0 only. Yes. So this is equals to 2 pi I into summation of residue. What is the first residue? First residue is I e raised to minus time ma divided by 2a into a square minus b square, plus second residue is I e raised to minus time mb divided by 2b into b square minus a square. This one. Now I can take out common, and this I will be outside. I will be I square. So minus 2a. These two I can take out common, right? So these two gets cancelled with these two, and this I gets cancelled, and you will having a negative sign here. I square is minus, and therefore the answer of this is equals to minus time pi divided by there is no common thing now at the denominator, because a is different, this is different. So let us write this as it is: e raised to minus time ma divided by a into a square minus b square, plus e raised to minus time mb divided by b into b square minus a square. Got it? This is the solution of the first integral over the contour CF of z. Now do work out the integral over the gamma function. So therefore integral over the gamma function f of z dz is equals to limit z tends to infinity z into f of z. So z into f of z is e raised to I m z divided by z square plus a square and into z square plus b square, right? Now you can take out z square common. So z square here, you will be getting z raised to power 4, limit z tends to infinity. So z upon z raised to power 4 e raised to I m z divided by 1 plus a square by z square, and here 1 plus b square by z square. Then put infinity here 1 upon z cube. So 1 upon z cube is equals to 1 upon infinity cube, that is equals to 0 into e raised to I m infinity divided by 1 plus 1 upon infinity is 1 plus 1 plus 1 upon infinity is 1. But this ultimately gives you a 0, right? And therefore the solution of the given integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, which is an imaginary part of e raised to I m x, and this is equals to sin mx divided by x square plus a square into x square plus b square dx is equals to let me write this one also, imaginary part of e raised to I m x into x square plus a square into x square plus b square into dx, of course integral minus infinity to plus infinity, and this is equals to this plus this. So this is minus time pi into e raised to minus time ma upon a into a square minus b square plus e raised to minus time mb upon b into b square minus a square, right? So I think you may have got the answer of this one. You can do one more thing, you can simplify this one more way. You can multiply by negative sign to this, so that you will get a square minus b square, right? And multiply and divide by negative sign to this, so your denominator will become a square minus b square. Got it? And a square minus b square you can take outside, and this negative sign, this will be a positive then, no? By multiplying this, so you can write as pi upon a square minus b square, and inside the bracket e raised to minus time mb divided by b minus e raised to minus time ma divided by a. This is the answer. Fine. So hope you have understood this problem also. And now let us go for the homework problem. And your homework problems are here. Just wait for a second. Yes. So first homework problem is integral from minus infinity to plus infinity sin mx divided by x into x square plus a square, right, into dx, where m and a are positive. It is given to you m is a positive number as well as a is also a positive number. And let me give you answers also to you, and its answer is equals to pi by a into bracket 2 minus e raised to minus ma. Let me check out it. Pi by a square, and the second integral from minus infinity to plus infinity cos x upon not minus infinity to plus infinity, 0 to infinity, cos x upon x square plus a square into dx, right? Solve this, and its answer is pi e raised to minus a divided by 2a. So these are the two homework problems to you. I think you have understood the topic, how to solve the integral around circle, unit circle, semicircle, right? There are various type of problems under this topic. So let us stop now here, and will we come out with the next video for the next topic. Thank you.